So I've gotten more done on the veggie oil system. The orange light, instead of putting in a timer and purging it, I just decided to go with vegetable oil red, green is diesel, no purge. With how short the lines are from the valve to the filter, you're only going to get a little bit of cross-contamination. I'm not real worried about it. If you want, you can always put the timer in. I'm not going to, so I'm just going to use that for indicator for when my compressor kicks on. I'll go ahead and show you the valves. Alright, underneath the truck here, you can see I got a 6-port Pollock valve. Nothing fancy, but they're a lot cheaper than the ones you can find online. You can get this at the local parts store. You can just look it up under fuel selector valve for like a 96, 97 power stroke. But all it is you got fuel feed, fuel return, fuel feed, and then fuel return here, and then they both run up. This is your fuel feed for your motor, and this is the return here. It's actually pretty easy. You know, one side is veggie oil, and then your back side's diesel, or vice versa. Wiring in is actually pretty easy. It's just this connector right here, and you're going to only use 2 of the wires. That's all, and it's actually just the back 2 right over here, or which ones? Yeah, it's just these back 2 right here. It's kind of hard to see, but you just wire them right up to the toggle switch on the dash, and it's good to go. And one of the very last pieces of the puzzle was I decided to go with a water separator and also like a particle filter, more or less. And this is not one you get at the local tractor store. This one actually has an aluminum cast head, which is what you want with aluminum fittings, because veggie oil and aluminum don't mess each other up, or vice versa. If you get the ones from the local, like tractor store or whatnot, they're a zinc head, and aluminum and zinc don't mix. The zinc will start to flake off. This one I think was like $50 online, and that included shipping. It's got the drain petcock here. This is clear, so you can see right through. It's pretty easy to hook up, as you can see. And basically this is your, from my other video, this is the hose in the hose. All it does is just come around right there, and then from here you can see it just over, down, and from the tank. It's pretty easy. So I've got about 100 miles on, or not 100, about 300 miles on the full kit so far. The only thing I still have to add is the tank heater, which will be pretty easy. It's just tapping into the coolant line again, so that way it's running coolant through the tank through the aluminum fittings I have in there in the hose. So far everything's been good. My purge times are about 5 minutes ish, somewhere around there. And what I was saying about the purge times is it's about 5 minutes, or 3 or 4 miles, not bad. Right now my truck's sitting kind of warm. I've been running around today. But right now it's sitting, as you can see, about 93, 94. I will, now granted I live in Florida right now, and it is starting to get hot out. So this, when I turn it on, it'll be about 72, 73 degrees. And all I do is I'll let it warm up for about 5 minutes, and I'll switch it over. And you can switch it over at a little bit colder temperatures. And you'll notice, if you've let the truck warm up, that this number here will start shooting straight through the roof. About the highest I've seen so far is about, running down the road, about 125, 130. If you let it sit and idle, it'll get up to about 150-ish. But so far I haven't had any major issues. I think once I do the tank heater, my numbers will go back up more towards that magical 160. But yeah, that's my waste vegetable kit.